film me? Number
I'm
one,
filming you.
that's what you're doing.
You discriminated against me.
So we're just gonna go ahead and close out your contract. Because as I'm telling you,
you can't do that.
You are not legally able to film me in here. And
you can't do that.
To film me, I'm gonna put you on DNR.
You can't do that. You can't just put me on there for no reason.
Actually, it is our discretion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I can call Avis like I did last.
And you can do with that what you would like.
No, you can't. You can't just do that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, sir.
Man, you can't just do that.
Grab that key because you're looking for you.
You can't just do that. You can't just do that. That's why you don't want me to film you. Because you can't just do that.
I don't want you to film me because I have a legal right.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Just so you know.
I need to pay for my account.
You can't pay for your account, sir.
How?
It's going to be closed out.
You crazy.
I'm not. I'm telling you.
You crazy. I got you on film, man. How you was just acting with that other lady, not how you acted with me.
Because every time
you were discrimination.
You have a problem.
You're discriminating.
So as of today, your account with our location is done.
You can't do that. You have no rights to do that.
I absolutely
no, you
do
don't.
have a right. Your payment is late, and I am telling you, as the manager of this location, you can
You know you can't do that. That's why.
Okay. I don't know. This guy's at the Avis in Atlanta, and apparently he got some kind of account there because she say every time you come in here, you doing this, you late on the payment, and she closing out his account. I don't know.
Listen here, man. Like, fellas, especially men, we often get on the women trying to force people in society to make exceptions for them and their lack of discipline and lack of accountability. Come on, fellas. How trying to rent a car is tough as it is. You want to show up late and late on payments, man. I worked in the auto industry. I know how things go when they go well, man. Yeah, come on, dude.
I was gonna say he must be some kind of maybe a businessman. He's traveling to that city. He got an account. I don't know.
You know, and there you go. Discretion, right? More context. Is this his first time? Say it. You know,
no, it's not. Yeah, she said you do this every time, so I'm gonna let it go because she said he's been in there multiple times. We're gonna see.
Why you don't want me to record you? Call your boss. I will call them right now. I will call them right now. Last time I called your boss, what happened? You came here talking nice.
And as you are arguing with me right now, as I told you before, we were going to argue and go back and forth.
Crazy.
And you're still doing it.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to do something.
We don't have to do anything. That's
yes,
what I'm saying.
You got to take my payment. I'm on contract. What are you talking about?
You don't have to take your payment.
Yeah, yes, you do.
We're going to close out the account.
You can't close out my account.
Absolutely can.
For no reason.
What
reason you closing my account out?
Because it's always a problem every single time you come into this store. I'm telling you cannot film me. And just so you know, I'm going to send this to corporate, my account? And you will be placed on DNR for filming me without my permission.
Why are you closing my account?
Because I can.
Because you don't like me.
Because
you discriminating. You discriminating. You don't like me.
You're done. You have a great day.
No, hell no. I'm going to call somebody. You call the police.
I'll call the police. I will call the police to have you exit.
So what we got? I want to get you in here, Raquel. This your city. This is Atlanta. Why is she so hostile?
Maybe it's because she needs braces and can't afford them. I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure he's, you know, the way he's filming her and they have a pass together. I'm pretty sure he comes in and when he sees her, he's antagonizing her a little bit, you know, because he can, because he's a paying customer. He probably does have a business. And he probably does spend a lot of money, and she's probably just, I don't know. She looks like a nice nasty. Like he in the beginning of the clip, he said, "What I just saw you talking to the other lady, and you were professional and you were nice, and now I come up here and you have an attitude with me. Just because you had one bad experience with someone doesn't mean you need to keep, you know, perpetrating it. You know, or it just seems like they have a bad history."
Now here's my thing. Like, this is crazy, but you know, whatever happened to the customer is always right. At least not to an extreme, but golly, if a customer show, let's say he is always late on his payment, if he still has an account open, then that means it can still be open with him being late. So some discretion can be used. And look at her, she's smiling. I worked in customer service. This is a no-no. You don't sit there and give somebody bad news, i.e. I'm closing your account, and smile in their face. Hence nice nasty. And that get people aggravated. Like, sir, I'm sorry, there's nothing I could do for you. You've been negligent on your account, forces it to close. Like, there's other ways to go about this. She like, F you, I'm gonna show you.
So What you got, HQ? How can everybody be accountable? How could this situation go smoothly? Why is it so personal?
I mean, it's personal. I think it's personal. They had altercation before this, and it's personal now. Maybe once, maybe twice. She said something to do with his account. I mean, there's other Avises that he can rent to. Why does he go there when he has issues with that particular place? I would just ignore that place and go to a different Avis.
Well, you know what? Easier see, and that's easier said than done, especially if he has an account. It's a business thing. You know what I mean? It ain't so simple. Pretty sure
it is. I mean, yeah, it is. It's very simple. Just what she did. She closed him out. I'd have called over the phone. Can you close me out from your account? And I will be going to another Avis, taking my business and my money to a new Avis without having any kind of discussion with the young lady. He has that discretion. He's a businessman. He knows how to take his business elsewhere. And
but you know how Avis is plugged in with the airport HQ.
Right.
Like it's easier for businessmen to use the Avis because you can take the car downtown. They'll, you know, so I like when you say he could go to another one, I think there's like 3, and there's the one smack dab in the middle of the airport. Then we have the one downtown, and I think there's another one in like Conyers or something. But
like Mr. X, I think that, you know, sisters like this, folks that work in customer service like this, like Mr. X said, they go out, and I do believe they have, at the very least, you know, indirect intentions on making people's day worse. They sure as heck ain't looking to cause you convenience or make your day better. If she was, I believe she would use better customer service discretion and give this brother some better service other than closing his account. That's wicked.
And I would say some of this is residual, probably from, you know, what's going on in the dating market and the whole gender war. I can imagine both of these people are single, and a lot of these feelings can spill over into real life, and you can see where there's a rift between men and women.
What reason you closing my account out?
Because it's always a problem every single time you come into this store. I'm telling you cannot film me. And just so you know, I'm going to send this to corporate,
my account?
And you will be placed on DNR for filming me without my permission.
Why are you closing my account?
Because I can.
Because you don't like me.
Because
you discriminating. You discriminating. You don't like me.
You're done. You have a great day.
No, hell no. I'm going to call somebody. You call the police.
I'll call the police. I will call the police to have you exited from the
I'll call them myself.
You can. Go ahead. And guess what they're going to tell you? Since I just asked you to leave the premises,
you can't make me leave. I'm supposed to be here.
It's a business. I'm asking you to leave.
I'm supposed to be here.
Do you know laws?
I'm supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here.
How? I'm making my payment.
I am verbally on camera asking you to leave the premises.
You can't make me leave.
Would you like to do that or no?
You can't. No.
Okay, so we will call the police. That's not a problem.
She's trying her best, man. She discriminating towards me every time.
Here. You gonna let me call the police on you with your child here?
She's trying to do this. This every time, bro.
I'm not. I told you before. Every time you come in, you would like to argue with us. We are not.
How? You can't tell me I can't talk. I can't say nothing to you.
I'm telling you, you're done renting with us.
You can't tell me I can't say nothing to y'all.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
You told me
what
I can't
said was
rent
we're
because
not
I
going to
can't talk
continue
back
to
to you.
argue with you every time you come in here. You're a problem every time you come in here.
How?
It's payment issues. You were verbally aggressive the first time you ever picked up a vehicle here.
How?
I can run the cameras back.
Run it back.
Okay, exactly. So when the corporate asks to see it, I will be happy to
Don't
provide
worry, I'm
it.
gonna send this to him like I said the last time.
Please
You
send
was
it
calling
to
me acting all nice.
Please send them to me.
Last time you came here acting all
Again,
nice when your
we're
boss
done,
called
sir.
you.
Have a great day.
No, you don't have to get
You can stand there all day if you like, but you will not be getting your vehicle back.
I'm gonna call Avis right now.
You can. Feel free to. I will gladly tell them as well you cannot have a vehicle back.
You can't do that.
Right.
You have no rights. You know that.
I'm trying to tell you that. You need to look up laws. I
Man,
absolutely have the
this
right
ain't law.
to deny you service.
No, you don't.
I do.
You are
Just
the
so
manager.
You know. I'm not discriminating against you.
Yes, you are. You're
Every
discriminating.
single
You just
time
said
come
every
in
time
here.
you come in here, you do the same
It's
thing.
a problem. You're verbally aggressive. You want to argue with my staff. We're not doing that today.
Man,
and I
listen,
told you that
every time.
before
She
we started.
discriminating.
And also, that was pretty much the end. Can we be witnessing, you know, this melanated woman abusing her power? This could be abuse of power. And this is why they say, you know, some women are not equipped to lead because emotions get evolved. And then this is what you get.
And you know, just to be fair, I'm riding that train, Mr. X. Like, to be fair, to have some credibility when I speak, I worked in customer service. This is not how you handle this situation. I don't care because I can. Holy crap. Like, ain't no way. Hey, you ain't got no authority. Folks, we think just because we got the key to open the front door, we got some ownership, man. Don't let them fool you, man. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? Send people on their way. That's the way I see it. People coming, I dealt with folks with bad attitudes. I done dealt with folks come in after they done lost children, no wild stuff. You deal with them and get them on their way and be done with it. But sitting here bickering, especially the dude.
He hasn't even paid yet. And like, doesn't Avis want their money? So why are you closing out his account if he hasn't finished paying? Like he's there to make a payment. You wouldn't dare close an account at Bloomingdale's without getting that last payment. You know, like, let's get the payment first. Let's bring this down to an even tone. Let's get you straight. Like, I just
ultimately, I do got to throw everything back on the guy, because he is the one that's sitting here. He's the one being inconvenienced. She's at work. There you go. Who needs to take more accountability? The person being inconvenienced the most, HQ. She at work. She chilling. He now, wherever he at on his business trip, he ain't got no car. Now he late for everything for the rest of this day. So if you ask me, she talking about he always aggressive and she got it on camera. He need not be so aggressive and get his desired outcome, because this he didn't.
I mean, I would have made sure that I had backup for the actions that I took. I would have told my boss, here's the videos of him on 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions previously. And I want to make sure I have permission when he comes in to close out his account if he gets aggressive again. So that's what I would have did. And then when he came in doing whatever he was doing, I would have made sure that, yes, I'm closing your account. I'm real nice to you. I'm doing what I got to do. Don't worry about how much you owe. Just please go to a different place.
I would question this, knowing what we know now. I would question what this sister's definition is of aggressive. You know, with all due respect, I find that sometimes melanated sisters look at assertive melanated men as being aggressive. Just plain and so. He could have came in like, excuse me, I'm in a rush. I really need to go. Is my rental ready? Come on now. That some women could find a man walking the door like that as being aggressive. Excuse me, is my vehicle ready? I need to go. That's not being aggressive.
Well, she didn't say aggressive.
However, look, I see you, Raquel, but however, so, you see what I mean? She's like, wait a minute, what you mean? No, he got places to go, especially if he's not late or something like that.
She said argumentative. He was argumentative every time he comes in. That's not necessarily aggressive. That's just argumentative. Now, if he does the same thing he doing in this video,
he did say aggression.
Oh, if he does the same thing he's doing in this video, yeah, I would cash him out too. Yeah, I'm not going to argue about any kind of.
What is he doing? What did he do?
He's being argumentative. He could have did it 2-3 times before. Nobody, you don't come into a business and rent a car, and every time you turn around, no, that's not right. That's not right. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Who knows what that man said to that woman? I have no idea.
HQ, what if you paid for a mid-size car? And let's just say he's Mr. Walker's size, and they're trying to give him a Versa, right? Mr. Walker's not going to comfortably fit in a Versa. So when you go to give him a Versa key, he's going to be like, wait a second, on this piece of paper right here, it says I have a mid-size car.
And I'd say, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Let me see if I can get you something else.
Right.
And
but
that's
is
all
that
you
being
do.
argumentative if he does that?
I'm not saying you're saying a specific example. I'm saying
I'm just giving an example.
I don't know why, but she considers it aggressive. I'm sure she didn't take that action by herself. She wanted to cover herself. So I'm sure she said, hey, boss, look at these 2 tapes and see if I'm having an issue. What do you see when you look
into her boss to look at nothing? It ain't.
Oh yeah, I would never take an action like that without having backup, without my boss saying, why would you close his account? I'd be like, well, can you just look at the tape and you tell me what you saw on that tape, what you heard on that tape? And then when my boss came back and said, no, he's not being anything. And if my boss came back and said, yes, he is, the next time he asks like that, please cash him out. That's when she was confident. She was very confident in what she was doing, which meant she had another person behind her saying, do that particular act. She didn't do it herself. She had somebody behind her saying, when he acts like this, cash him out. Oh, hey.
In this, I'll say in this moment, we can put them both in the sub and keep it moving.
I agree.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, diamond, wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah, man.